Hello everyone, here I am again. My name's Yvonne and today I'm going to show you how to do this lovely garland of flowers using the style of petal which I've showed you before. So we'll get two-tone petals, but instead of the hydrangea that we did in one of the other videos, this is going to be a sort of almost like trailing trellis, possibly of clematis. It looks a bit like that. Now with this one, I have done the flowers on a piece of fairly cheap watercolour paper, mounted it onto the back of a greeting card and turned it into a greeting card. I've also die cut the thank you greeting for the front, and I painted that before I actually cut it out, so I got a colour that toned in with that. Now for this one, however, I'm going to do my drawing straight onto the card. I have two oblique two oblique brushes here. I have a number 2 and a number 4. The number 2 is for the leaves and number 4 for the flowers. I have mixed up some fabulous colours in there, and I'm going to use something like a bit of alizarin crimson with a tiny bit of blue to make it a bit more lilac-y. And I mean a tiny bit of blue. So my water is clean. When I do this, I'm going to start somewhere around here and then come around to there and come around to there. Okay, so it's going to be the two sides of a triangle. So we're going to start with a fairly watery mixture. Now these brushes hold quite a lot of water, and then I am just going to touch the very end with the pointed end, and then now then we're going to start here in the corner, and that is the point that has the extra bit of colour on it. And I'm just going to do that. And then what I will do most of the time is I'll be turning my card around. Now if you think that's a little bit too pale, quite honestly, it's very easy. Just darken your brush up and go over it again, because quite honestly it was too pale. Now to make it a bit more interesting, when we do the next one we can add a slightly different colour onto the end, and we'll go this way. You can see it's marginally different. And it doesn't matter, like I've told you before, if these overlap a little. Those petals are smaller than those because I stopped my brush stroke short of these. And that's basically the difference. There's not a huge amount of difference between the one and the other. Okay, in the next one, and then one over here. Now as you come across here, you should try and do your petals ever so slightly smaller. And I'm not a great fan of doing everything the same. If I take it a bit closer. I tend to prefer it when there's a little bit of variety. So we'll space out a little bit more here. Right, then we're going to come back over to this side. Not terribly happy with that one. You will notice that I don't mind at all going over the flowers if I'm not happy with them. Let's carry on. So if we go back to the original, and you'll see where I've spaced them, so I think we'll have another one here. Come down. You could probably see by now that most of these flowers are ever so slightly different in hue. And before I do any more, I will now put some green in. Okay, I didn't mention I want a tiny little brush like this for the green. So I'm going to sort of join this up now. Just think trellis. Getting things to join up. Then go back into the centre of these flowers. You can see they'll start to come out, they look far better. Oops. In frame would be even better. So once you've done those, you then take a smaller brush and go into the greens. Now I've got a mixture of olive green and grass green, which makes something like sap green. Then back to this, and we'll just be putting a few little leaves. It doesn't take much, does it? Just tiny little bits. You don't have to put 2 leaves everywhere, it can just be 1. It's quite nice. In some places, maybe 2. Okay, don't overcrowd it. How are we doing? Go back in, a bit more green. And come down to here. And I think possibly in here. And I think I'm happy with that. Now, once you've done this, your card or your greetings card is pretty much ready. So I painted this, as I said, in a colour that I chose from there, and it was white when I cut this out. I said I cut, and I cut it out, and it's white. So what I want to do now is I want to put some glue on the back. and you just want a few dots of tacky glue, just enough to hold it on, all over the back. Put it on there and stick it down, and basically your card is done. So I hope you enjoyed that, and that you like and subscribe and come back for more punishment. So this is Yvonne saying goodbye for now, and see you for the next one.